Hi, Ava. Just give it a minute for everyone to join. Okay, we'll give a few minutes.
Okay.
How do you feel so far? Like, have you
Um,
attend all the topics sessions or just a few?
I've attended the last two ones. The ones on what was it? Balancing and then the molar mass one.
Okay, not the stoic.
I haven't attended a stoic one yet, no.
Because today we will be going over just a little bit like difficult one. Have you taken any chemistry class before?
I did take honors chemistry last year. I've needed a refresher on it, so
Okay.
hmm.
Okay. That's okay. So make sure whoever just joined now, we're gonna wait a few minutes for everyone to join. And while we're doing that, review whatever that we have gone through so far. Okay, review everything that we have gone through so far because everything like related to one another. Those who just joined, please send me a text telling what chemistry class you're taking this fall and whether you have taken any chemistry class before or not. Okay. And just one more thing, also add whether you have attended a stoic lesson with me or not. Or if you haven't attend any stoic lesson, also I need you to tell me whether you have watched the video or not. Like so many questions. Okay. Okay. Vanessa, did you attended the morning one today?
I attended the one yesterday at 10.
Okay, gotcha. Just gonna wait just for a few more minutes, okay? I'm really bad with names. So, like, there's a student who attended all the session. I was like, is this your first time attending? Because I didn't see the name. Really bad with the name. Just gonna wait 2 more minutes before we start. I guess that's it for that's all who are joining for today. Okay. So most of you haven't joined any stoic lesson. So we're gonna do the basic one, okay? Okay, let's say we have, give me a second. Okay, let's just say there is a recipe to make a sandwich, okay? So to make a sandwich, let's say the recipe needs 2 slices of bread and 1 slice of cheese, okay? So we have 2 slices of bread and 1 slice of cheese. Okay, now think about, let's just say you have, in the stock we have, let's say 16 breads and we have 10 cheese. Okay, can everyone text me how many sandwiches we are going to be able to make? Personally, text me personally, okay? Hello? So how many sandwiches can we make?
8.
Gia. Yes. Yes,
Sorry.
8, right? Yeah. So how did we get 8? So with the 16 breads, right? See, the recipe needed 2 bread for 1 sandwiches. So with 16 breads, you are just able to make 8 sandwiches. Okay. And with 10 cheese, you can make what? You can make 10 sandwiches. But is it possible to make 10 sandwiches? No. Why? Because you do not have enough breads. Sorry. Yeah, you do not have enough breads. So the bread, in this case, is your limiting reagent. Okay? Because the bread is the one that is going to limit the production of the sandwich. And the real amount of sandwich that you actually gonna make is actually 8, not 10. Okay, so that's all limiting reagent is. But yes, this is a simple question. But when we go to chemistry question, it's going to seem a little bit more complicated than this. Okay. Okay. Balance this all and then please text me. Oh, you guys texted me. My bad. Okay, and please text me the balance equation, okay? Good. Okay, awesome. So please text me the balance equation of this. Good job, Sarah. Good job, Vanessa. Good job, Ava. Good job, Kavya. Anya, please text your answer. Gia. The balance equation, okay? Good job, Anya. So we have 3, 2. Awesome. Now, okay, remember okay, let's talk about it. Let's think this as the sandwich, breads, and cheese. Okay, so let's say this is your sandwiches. This is what they're asking you to find, right? Is that how many NH3? So think about this like how many sandwiches that you can produce if you have this much of bread. Let's say this is your bread, or maybe this can be your cheese, and this much of breads. Okay. Now we cannot use grams directly. Okay, unlike this one where we can just directly count and relate everything, but we cannot do that with grams. There is a currency. There is a currency in chemistry, and can anyone text me what is the currency in chemistry? Good job. Yes. Yes, it's moles. Good job. That means what? Okay, so remember how previously we go from breads, we find how many sandwich, and then we go cheese and find how many sandwich, and then we compare the sandwiches to see which one is producing the lesser one, and that is the answer, not the bigger number. So that's what we're going to do here, okay? So this is our breads. Sorry, this is our cheese. It doesn't matter. You can take that as bread, as cheese, whatever you want, okay? I'm going to take this as the cheese, and I'm going to find how much sandwich I'm going to be able to produce. So basically, I'm going to go from grams of N2 or grams of A, I want to go to grams of B. Okay, so for now, I want to just focus on this part, okay, which is my 37.5, and I'm going to ignore this one for now. Just ignore this for now. My job is to focus on this one and this one. Okay, I want to go from grams of A to grams of B. From my cheese to my sandwiches. Okay, that's my job now. So in this, they started by giving you the grams and they're asking you how much grams, okay, how much grams of NH3 you can produce. So basically you want to go from grams of N2 to grams of NH3. Okay, to make it more general, I'm just going to write A and B. Okay, so this roadmap will help you in any question you're doing. But the problem is, as we know, the currency in chemistry is moles. So you cannot directly convert grams of A to grams of B. That doesn't work that way. Instead, you have to go through moles. Okay, so we have to first convert the grams of A to moles of A. And once we convert moles to moles of A, then we convert to moles of B, and then we convert back to grams of B. Okay. Now, can anyone tell me how do I convert grams of A to moles of A? Can anyone tell me how do I convert grams of A to moles of A? We learned this in our first lesson, guys. Yes, Kavya, go ahead.
Is it looking at the periodic table and seeing the atomic mass?
Yes. Whenever there is a conversion between grams and moles, we use the atomic mass or molar mass, okay, in the periodic table. So that's correct. So we're going to use molar mass of A. Okay, good job. Now, once you have the moles of A and you want to go to moles of B, can anyone guess what do we have to use to do this conversion from moles of A to moles of B?
Balance equation.
The balance equation, yeah. So we have to use this balance equation. There is a purpose why you had to balance the equation, right? This is the purpose because you want to use this in your calculation. We're going to use the balance equation. Okay. And then from moles of B to grams of B, who else can answer this? What do we use?
Molar mass of B.
Molar mass of B. Good job. Okay, so I want everyone to, just like, if someone already answered previously, others try to take the initiative to answer. Okay. So molar mass of B. Okay, awesome. So now, okay, so we're going to start with whatever given to us, right? So we're going to start with this one. Okay. 37.5 grams. Remember, we're just looking at the cheese for now and see how much sandwich it can actually produce. So 37.5 grams of N2. Then we're gonna make our table, right? Okay, so Anya, what do we put on the bottom? What do we put on the top?
You put 1 mole of N2, and then on the bottom you put the molar mass, which is 28 grams.
Where? The molar mass goes where?
On the bottom.
Okay, good. 28 grams of N2 on the bottom and 1 mole of N2 on the top. Okay, this is from our first lesson, guys. Okay, where we cancel the grams of N2. Okay, so, and where did we get the 28 from? From the periodic table. Okay, from the molar mass periodic table. You multiply the molar mass of N into 2, you're gonna get 28. Awesome. So right now, where are we? We are here, moles of A, moles of N2. Where do we want to go? We want to go to our sandwich, which is NH3, which is what they're asking you for. So that is our B, or B is our sandwich, okay? So to go to moles of B, what do we need? We need balance equation. So what I like to do, I just like to circle. I have my N2, I want to go to NH3. So we're going to use the balance equation to cancel the N2. So in front of N2, there is a 1. So I'm going to put that in the bottom, 1 mole of N2. Okay. And because I'm trying to find NH3, I'm going to put this one on the top. So 2 moles of NH3. Okay. Ehan, please text me whether you have attend any Stoic lesson with me or not. I feel like you have, but just confirm that, okay? And then
I'm a little confused on the step that we just did, like where we got the 1 mole of
this
and then
part.
yeah, that part.
Thank you for asking. Really appreciate it. So yes. Okay. So we were once we convert the moles, right? We have here. This is where we are, right, Kavya? So we want to go to moles of B, which is our NH3, right? And to go
Okay.
from, if you want to convert an apple to orange in chemistry, it's possible. Okay. In chemistry, it's possible by using a balance equation. Okay. So my goal is try to cancel my N2. Okay. And for that, I need to use my balance equation. So I take the N2 here. Do you see any coefficient in front? No, that means it's 1. So I'm going to take this 1, put it on the bottom. Why? So I can cancel my N2. And because I want to find my NH3, I'm going to use the balance equation again. 2 moles of NH3, and I'm going to put it on the top. Are you still confused?
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
That makes sense. Okay, awesome. Yes, so now we are able to cancel the moles of N2 by using the balance equation. Thank you. Please, everyone, if you're just like confused in any step, you can, directly text me, even though sometimes I might be a little bit late looking at the text. So make sure to just, speak up, okay? There is nothing to be ashamed of. We all are learning here. Okay. So now you have moles of B, which is here, right? And you want to go to grams of B. And for that, you're going to use the molar mass of B. Ehan, what do we do next?
The next thing we do, we multiply the top, like 37.5 times 2.
No, we are right now in mole of B. Where do we want to go, Ehan?
Yeah, I don't know. I came 20 minutes late to this class.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's okay. Okay, that's okay. So, okay, so do you understand how did we start it?
I came in like halfway through this problem. I came in when you just wrote like the 37.5 G on the bottom.
Oh, that's okay. You can rewatch the video, okay? And then when we are doing the next problem, you can just like follow along, okay?
Wait, so that means next problem you guys do, it will be a review of this same problem, so I'll be able to understand it sort of.
I'm going to, okay, let me just like review this one, okay? Just real quick. Okay, so we have something known as what? Limiting reagent. So let's say you want to make one sandwich. I'm going to go a bit fast. Let's say you want to make one sandwich. For that, you need 2 breads and 1 cheese, okay? Now, if you have 16 breads, right? If you have 16 breads and 10 cheese, combine this. These are your stocks. How many sandwiches are you going to be able to make? 8. Why? Because you do not have enough breads. Okay, so the breads here is your limiting reagent. The breads here is your limiting reagent. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do here. Okay, the question gives you grams of N2 and grams of H2, and they are asking you how much NH3 you can find, you can make. Okay, so what you do is you first just focus on one thing that's given to you. Okay, which is 37 grams of N2. And just ignore this one for now. Okay, once you have this, just write it down. I always tell everyone to what? start whatever given to you. So they gave you 37.5 grams of N2. Start with that. Now, because, okay, this is the roadmap, which I want everyone to write it down. Okay, write down this roadmap because this is going to be so helpful. Right now, you are at grams of N2 and you want to go to where? Moles of N2. And to go to grams of N2 to moles of N2, as we already learned in our first very lesson, is that what? We have to use the molar mass. So we have to use the molar mass of N2. Okay? You find from the periodic table the molar mass of N2 and you got 28. Now, because the grams is on the top here, we're going to put the 28 grams on the bottom. So why? So we can able to cancel the grams of N2. Okay, and we are left with moles of N2, which that means we are here now. From moles of N2, you want to go to moles of B2, sorry, NH3. Okay, because that's what they're asking you, how much of NH3. So you want to go to moles of NH3. And how do you solve that? Using your balance equation. Okay, what do you have now? Moles of N2. Where do you want to go? Moles of NH3. What do you use for that? Balance equation. So I'm going to circle my N2 and I'm going to circle my NH3. Okay, because I have N2 on the top, I'm going to take this N2, which is 1 mole of N2, put it on the bottom. Why? So I can cancel the mole of N2. Now I have mole of NH3, right? Now I have the mole of NH3, and then I want, which means I am at the moles of B. And I want to go to the grams of B. Whenever we are doing mole to grams conversion or grams to moles conversion, we always use molar mass from the periodic table. So you're already at this point here, and you want to just go to the grams of B, so you use the molar mass of B. Okay, so how do we find the molar mass of B, which is our NH3? From the periodic table. Nitrogen is 14. I'm just going to round it off a bit, okay? Hydrogen is 1 times 3, so we're going to have 17. So that will give us 17 grams. So I'm going to put the 17 grams of NH3 on the top and 1 mole of NH3 on the bottom. Does it make a bit of sense, Ehan?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Anyone has any other question so far? Now, okay, do the math. And we are going to get 45.5 grams of NH3. Okay. Now we just found out with this amount of N2 how much NH3 we can make. Just like we found out with 16 breads how many sandwich we can make. But we also have our cheese that we have to consider. So in this question, we also have H2 that we have to consider. Now we have to redo the whole thing, but starting with 15.3 grams of H2. Okay. Those who feel like confident, they can start their own. Okay, just keep going, just start. So, Gia, how do we start our second equation?
Wait, where is the second equation? I only see the first.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, I can't hear you clearly. How do we, can you maybe text me, Gia?
Can you hear me now?
Yes. For the second equation, you're saying?
First you would write out like the grams, a, moles, a, like you would write out the equation first.
Okay, we have the roadmap. Good. Next.
Next you would write the known value. So you would write 15.3 grams of H2.
Good job. Yes, we always start with whatever given to us. I mean, like, I couldn't stress this out more. Like, start with whatever's given to you. So in this second case, we have 15.3 grams of H2. Okay, good job. Okay. Kavya, what do we do next? Again, see, we are going to our NH3 again, okay? The sandwich. Okay. Using our breads now. Yes.
You're gonna put on the top 1 mole of H2, and then on the bottom it's gonna be the molar mass. I mean, sorry, on the atomic mass of
Molar
H,
mass. Molar
or
mass.
molar mass. Okay, yeah, molar mass of H2.
Okay, awesome. Can you find that for me?
Is it 2?
Yes. So it's 2 grams of H2. Awesome. Okay. I want you to text me what do we do next. Okay. Kavya, because I know you had this question, right? So I want you to try to write down what you're gonna do next, okay? But I'm gonna ask different student though. Okay. Vanessa, what do we do next?
You put the 2 moles of NH3 on the top and the 3 moles of H2 on the bottom.
Can you explain to everyone why we did that?
If you look back at the balance equation, you see that H2 has 3 and NH3 has 2.
Yes.
So that would be the ratio.
Yes. But why did we put the 3 moles of H2 on the bottom? So we know
So
where
it
this number is
cancels.
coming from. Yes. This number comes from the balance equation. The 2 moles of NH3, this one. The 3 moles of H2, this one. But the reason we put the 3 moles of H2 on the bottom is because we want to cancel it out. Okay, we want to cancel it out. Just like we cancel the grams of H2, now we cancel the moles of H2. And why did we put the NH3 on the top? Because that's what they're asking us to find. Whatever they want you to find, that goes to the top, okay? Okay, good job. Does it make sense, Kavya? Is this what you had in mind?
Yeah. Yeah, that made sense now.
Okay, awesome. Now what do we do? Okay. Sarah, what do we do next? Oh, okay, yeah, sure. You can chat me, Sarah. Or maybe we can ask Eva, what do we do next?
Next, you would put 1 mole of NH3 on the bottom, and then
Good.
17.034 grams on top.
I'm just gonna make 17, okay? Just round it up to 17. It doesn't matter though. Better to be more accurate, okay? But because I already take 17 previously, I'm just gonna take 17 now. Awesome. And then you guys can cancel the moles of NH3. Okay, and then find the numbers. Ehan, does it make a little bit sense?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Okay, so we have 86.7 grams of NH3. Okay, now let's go back to the sandwich and cheese and the breads. Okay, so from 16 breads, we were able to make 8 sandwiches. From 10 cheese, we are supposed to be able to make 10 sandwiches. But the real value is the lower one, which is 8 sandwiches, right? Which is 8 sandwiches. So these 10 sandwiches is just our imaginary, okay? As you guys are saying nowadays, being the Lulu, you are not going to be able to make 10 sandwiches because you do not have the breads, enough breads. Okay, so Now we already analyzed, like, with this amount of N2, how much NH3 I can make. And with this amount of H2, how much NH3 I can make. But what is the real amount of NH3 you can actually make in reality? Text me. Everyone. Is it the 45.5 or the 86.7? Which one is the actual amount of NH3 you're actually going to be able to make? Good job, Vanessa. Good job, Sarah. Good job, Kavya. Good job, Eva. Good job, Anya. Gia. Ehan. Text me. It's okay if it's wrong. That's okay. That's okay. So okay, look at this. Because, okay, with this one, Ehan, which can we actually make? Can we actually, with 16 breads and 10 cheese, how many sandwiches can you actually make? Can you
8.
make 8? You only can make 8, right? Even though you have extra cheese to make up to 10. But you are not able to make up to 10 because you do not have enough breads. Same goes here. Okay, you can only make the lower amount. So this is the actual amount you can make. Okay. So this is the actual, so you're gonna write on the bottom of, you're gonna write the amount of NH3 that is going to be produced is 45.5 grams of NH3. And what? And the limiting reagent is, who caused this limited amount? N2, that is your limiting reagent. Okay, guys? Okay, awesome. So let's try another question, okay, which is kind of similar to this. First, balance this. Okay, so those who feel like, okay, I probably going to be able to do this on my own, right? Try to just, lower your volume, just mute me. Okay. And those who feel like, I cannot do this on my own, we're gonna go over this, okay? But I do want others to try yourself. Once you try, text me your answer, okay? And then we're gonna see whether, whether you got it or not, okay? Okay. So please, just lower your volume until you cannot hear me anymore. Okay. And don't look at the screen. I mean, like, don't look at the work. Okay. And for those who want to go over this with me, let's see. So we start with balancing the equation. So balance the equation, everyone, and send me the balance equation. Han, can you balance this, please? Oh, yeah. Okay. Balance this and then send me the balance equation. And whoever's listening, still listening, please send me the balance equation. I think everyone's like doing on their own. Good job, Ehan. Yes. Awesome. Okay, now we want the roadmap. Okay, now we want the roadmap. So what is the roadmap? It was this one. This is something you need to know. Okay, you need to write it down. You need to be able to use this, okay? After a while doing this type of problem, it will be just like, you will just like remember it, what to do next. But for now, make sure you have it in front of you so you can always just refer it back. Wow, Sarah, that's fast. Okay, let's see. Okay, Sarah, so can you find me the how much excess there will be? Sarah? Have you learned how to find? Okay, good. Awesome. Okay, we'll check whether the answer is right or not, okay, later on, but good job. Okay, awesome. So we're gonna start, okay, Ehan, we're gonna start with this much of H2, right? Let's say this is your cheese. This is your bread. Okay, so first you're gonna analyze with the bread, how much of sandwiches can you make? Okay, so we're gonna go over, we're gonna start with 19.3 grams of H2. And what do we do? Where are we right now, Ehan? You can unmute, Ehan. I think it's just you and me now.
Wait, yeah, what?
Where are we right now? Grams
I don't
of
know what
A.
you mean by that. Oh,
Okay.
grams of A.
Yeah.
We're at 90.3.
Yes. And then we want to go where? Moles of?
We want to make it moles of A.
Using?
What's it called? The conversion.
What is this?
Moles.
Molar mass of A. What is our A?
Our A is H2.
H2. Can you find me the molar mass of A?
It's around 2. Like, it's about
Okay,
like
good.
2.014
And the unit will be grams, right? So what goes on the bottom?
grams.
Okay, the 2 grams gonna go on the bottom, right?
Wait, no, why 2 grams?
Oh, that's a good question. Because the molar mass, the unit will be grams, right? And you are trying to cancel the grams, so the grams gonna go on the bottom.
But why is it 2?
You were saying 2 point, what was it? 2 point what?
Like 2.0 something.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna like round it up to 2.
Oh, okay.
Okay, 2 grams of H2. And then on the top, whenever you put a molar mass on one part and on the other part, you're gonna write 1 mole of H2. Okay, next.
Yeah.
Next, what do? We are already at the mole of A because we cancel our grams, Ehan. Okay, we cancel our grams. Now what do we do?
So now what we do is, now we get the molar mass of B.
No. Before we even go to this part, we haven't even reached to our B. What is our B? What is our B?
H2O.
Good. H2O is our B, right? So what do we do? To go from A to B, you need to use the
Balanced equations.
balance equation. So the balance equation between what? H2 and H2O, right? So
Yeah.
you circle those two. You circle those two. Okay. Now what goes on the top? What goes on the bottom?
The top goes to
what?
2H2O.
Good, good. 2 moles of H2O. On the bottom?
Then it goes 2H2.
Good job. See, I know you are able to do this. Just like pay attention and like be on time next time, okay? Okay, next.
Yeah, sorry, my internet's really laggy.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, now what's next? So we can cancel the moles of H2. What's next?
Next what we do is get the molar mass of H2O.
Yes, which happens to be?
Like it'd be like around like 17.
18 grams, okay? So that 18 grams, where do we put? On the top or on the bottom?
On the bottom.
If I put 18 grams on the bottom, am I going to be able to cancel the mole? I need the grams. I need the grams. So 18 grams is going to go on the top.
Okay.
And on the bottom, you put 1 mole of H2O. So why? So we can cancel the moles of H2O.
No, but why would it be 1 mole?
Whenever you put a molar mass on one place, the opposite place needs to be 1 mole. If I put here the molar mass, the opposite place needs to be 1 mole.
Okay.
Because molar mass is for 1 mole. Okay, and then we calculate this. 19.3 divided by 2. The times 2 divided by 2 times 18, we get 173.7 grams of H2O. This is how much H2O we can able to make from this much of H2.
Okay.
But then we still need to do one more. Remember how we were what? Ignoring the 35.4 grams of O2. Yeah. Now, this time we're going to do with that number. Okay? Can you start? Can you start, Ehan?
So now what we're going to start with is, we're going to start with 35.4 grams of O2 on the top.
Okay, good. And then?
1 second, I'm writing it. 34.4 grams O2. And then on the, we're going to convert it, or no, we're going to get the molar mass of O2, which is like 32, like 34.
Yep. 32.
Okay, 32.
So that goes where?
That would be on the bottom.
So 32 grams of
One
O2 on the
second.
bottom.
Sorry, go on.
And then next, remember if we put on one
on the
side,
top it would be a mole.
Yes, what mole? 1 mole.
Yes.
Of O2. And then we start canceling the grams of O2. What is the next?
Yeah.
What's next point?
Next thing we're gonna do is get the balanced equation.
Okay.
And based off that, we have to get the molar mass of H2O.
No, balance equation first. Balance equation first. So
that means we have to get
between what and what? Between what and what? Now it's between the O2 and the H2O. So what goes on the bottom?
It would be O2.
O2. What's the number? 1 mole, because there is no number in the balance equation. So 1 mole of O2 on the bottom. And on the top?
Then on the top, it would be 2H2O.
Good job. 2 moles of H2O. And then you're going to cancel this out. What's next?
Next is that we get the molar mass of H2O.
Mm-hmm.
Or of 2H2O or H2O?
No, just H2O. Just H2O. Which gonna be?
Wait, that doesn't make sense though, because it says in the equation that there's 2H2O.
Yes, but we already take consideration of the 2 in this part. Yeah?
Okay, okay.
So molar mass.
Just H2O.
Just H2O, yes. So it will be same
And
as
it's
before, 18 grams
18, yeah.
and 1 mole on the bottom. And then you can
And then we
find,
multiply everything.
yes.
So that's like 18 times 2 times
39.825 grams H2O. Good job. Good job. We are not leaving anyone behind. Okay, that's the point of this program.
Okay,
Good.
so then the actual answer would be 39.825.
Yes, yes. And the limiting reagent will be?
39.825.
No, that is the actual answer. Who caused the limiting production?
What is the limiting reagent?
Limiting reagent. Okay, remember the cheese and sandwiches stuff?
Yeah.
Who caused the limited production of sandwich?
The bread?
The bread. So here, who caused the limited production of water?
H2?
You sure? H2 are able to make so much of water. If this is your real answer, who caused the limiting production? The O2.
O2?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Awesome, Eva. That is right. Awesome, Kavya. That is right. Awesome, Sarah. That is right. Gia, do you have any question?
No.
Anya? Vanessa? Vanessa, do you have any question? Does it make sense? No? Okay. Okay, does it make sense? Anya? Are you guys still working on it? Or did you get your answer? Did you get the same answer?
I have a
Good.
question.
Yes, please.
It's about like what's limited. Like how I is it like the smaller value that's the one because you know that it can't be over? Like I'm a little confused on how you would choose the limiting one.
Okay. Yes, it's always going to be the smaller value. Okay.
Okay.
It's always
Yeah.
going to be the smaller value. That's it. Okay. If you want to make it a simple answer, always the smaller production. Okay. Because see, there is a potential. Okay. Look at this. Okay. H2 can make up to this much of H2O. But remember, H2 cannot make H2O by itself. It needs the O2. And O2 can make only up to this much of H2O. So who is the real answer? Which one will be the real answer? This one. Because this is the maximum amount we can make, right? We're gonna have excess of H2. Okay. Sarah, do you have any question? Okay. Do you want to go over the remainder, how to get the remainder, Sarah, or you're good? Okay, awesome. So basically in this lesson, this bootcamp, this is our final session of bootcamp. So basically in this bootcamp, I just combine all type of students. So basically those who have taken honors chemistry or regular chemistry, or even the one that hasn't taken any chemistry, and everyone did very, very well. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. But in our real program, we're going to, separate those, okay? So to make things a little bit easier, we're going to separate those into two groups. One, those, who have taken chemistry before, or the other one, those who never taken chemistry before. So even if you have taken chemistry, but you feel like, oh, it has been a while since I taken chemistry, I just want to go to the groups that is, going from the basics, we are going to also able to do that. And for those who are taking honors chemistry class, but they also want to take AP tests, because I do have a lot of students doing that previously. You can do that too with my program. Okay, so if you're interested continuing this, make sure to ask your parents to fill the form, or reach out to me. Okay, any question?
We actually do this. How often are the classes?
It's this way. Okay, it depends on you. So we're gonna have 10 slots each week. Okay, you don't have to attend all of the slots. Okay, you don't have to attend all of the slots. And the best thing about the program is that, okay, for example, because we're gonna have a lot of students, right? Not all students gonna have the same topic in their school going on. So for example, maybe student 1 have unit 1 going on in his class, student 2 have unit 2. So what we're going to do is, yes, we're going to go from unit 1 and we're going to go to unit 2. But some teachers are very slow. They're still in unit 1, and student 1 still need, reviewing the unit 1. They're going to be a review session. Okay, they're going to be a review session, because that's what AP chemistry about, everything is mixed up. Okay, even when you go to unit 7, unit 8, you're going to be seeing, oh, I have to use my information from unit 1 or 2. Okay, so it should be that way. It should be, just like, spiraling concept again and again and practicing. There will be just like this, where it's not just lecture. Even though if we are going to have a big class, it's still gonna be personalized. I'm gonna still going to, focus on each. I'll have a very good understanding who's actually understanding the class and who's actually lagging behind. Okay, and I'm not gonna leave anyone behind. Okay, any other question? No? Okay, awesome, guys. It has been a good week with you guys. Thank you so much for, joining up to the 5th day. I'm really like, I just couldn't believe, like, so many students joined. Awesome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.